we've got one act left before the break. His name's Liam Davis. He's absolutely brilliant. So, you put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Mr. Liam Davis!
Fucking HLS. I'll be back to them in a little while. Used to love music. Got any music fans in? Not many. Good, this is going to go down well. Got any music fans in? Yeah! Yeah! So, Chris Brown's got a new girlfriend. It's not Natasha Bedingfield. She bruises too easily. It was an R&B night the other night. The bass blew out. It was just R. And Chris Brown beating his girlfriend. 7 minutes of Chris Brown beating his girlfriend jokes like it. Just stay comfortable. No, I used to love music. Until I was about 15, and then I started listening to Busted. Does anyone remember Busted? Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone remember the song The Year 3000? Yeah, fewer people. Oh no, I used to like it, but then when you actually break it down, you start to realise how ridiculous it is. Because basically, for those of you that are a little bit older, don't know, or haven't got kids, the song is all about a guy who comes home from school one day, and there's a guy in his back garden who says he's built a time machine, and he's been to the year 3000. Not much has changed, but we do live underwater. That's a fairly substantial change. Triple-breasted women walk around town totally naked. Social norms, they've gone as well. I'm not even sure what I'd do with 3 boobs. In fact, I know exactly what I'd do with 3 boobs. And your great-great-great-granddaughter is pretty fine. I've done my maths, strange man in my garden who's built a time machine. And if I have a daughter at 25, and she has one at 25, and she has one at 25, and so on for 4 generations for my great-great-great-great-granddaughter, in the year 3000, she'll be 874. What the fuck is wrong with you? We got any TV fans in? Yeah. Adverts are fantastic, aren't they? I love adverts. My favourite one is the deodorant one at the minute because it's getting so competitive. All the companies doing like longer and longer. When I was little, it was all-day protection while you're at work. Then it was all around the clock, 24-hour protection. I saw a deodorant advert the other day for 72-hour protection. That's 3 days. Who needs 3 days protection? Just have a wash! Oh. No, I do love TV though. I mess, I jest. I do love TV. And my favourite programme on TV is Friends. Do we all like Friends? Yeah. Have we got any massive Friends fans in? Yeah, just one who's only going to admit to it, but that's fine. No, there's a way that you can test if we're Friends fans, and we're going to do it. We're going to see it right now. So no one told you life was going to be this way. Job's a job for work, love life's the away. No! There's no clap there. We're going to do this till we get it right. Because there is no punchline to this joke. So I met a girl recently. Try again. So I met a girl recently. And I've done what all good men do. She's pretty, she's funny, she's intelligent. We have a good time together. And I've done what all good men do when they start to fall in love. And I investigated a sexual past. It was positive. Hey, no. Whereabouts are you from, sir? And is HIV a big problem in your area? No, we started to, I did do the investigation, and I found out that she'd lost her virginity at 16. Calm down, Dave. And I thought I can deal with that, and then I investigated further, and I found out she'd only had 1 previous sexual partner. I thought, that's not so bad. And he was younger than her. He was 14, steady. He was only 14, and I thought, you know what? If I can't do a better job than a 14-year-old, I'm doing something distinctly wrong. So I continued my investigation, feeling really confident, and I found out that he was a gymnast, a male gymnast. Where I'm from, gymnasts who are male don't get through school. So I had this wonderful mental image in my head of a 14-year-old sort of doing 20 seconds worth of action, pulling out and just doing a perfect dismount. But that's where I should have stopped, because I continued the investigation feeling really confident, and it turns out, yeah, she's not 16 anymore, thank the Lord, which means he's not 14. 4 years has passed since then, and he's now 18. Still a gymnast? Male gymnasts. London 2012 GB Gymnastics Squad. This guy is jacked. He looks like he bench presses baby elephants. I look like I bench press pies to my face. And you start getting really self-conscious. And, you know, we were in bed the other day and I pulled out a box of JLS condoms. Has anyone seen these? So not only has a box of condoms got a picture of a guy on them who's much better looking than I am, statistically speaking, he's probably got a much bigger cock as well. We shouldn't joke about condoms, though. As you may be aware, the Pope recently came out as a safe sex advocate. The Pope said that condoms can be used in exceptional circumstances. I want to know what's an exceptional circumstance, because for some people, getting laid at all is an exceptional circumstance. I'm going to leave you right now with a story about condoms and my grandparents. I don't want to joke too much about old people, because I absolutely love old people, because I'm always talking to my granddad, and he just says the most wonderful things. And we were talking the other day, and I said, Grandad, what's it like trying to meet women at your age? He said, Liam, meeting women at my age is a bit like waiting for a bus. I said, why is that, Grandad? Is it because you wait for ages, then two come along at once? He says, no, they all smell like piss. But he's an absolute, oh, he's just such a lad. But I had my most embarrassing moment of my life with my granddad. And at the end of my university time, all my entire family came to help me move out, and we were all tidying around in my bedroom, and everyone had got a different job. Now, my granddad, he's about 80, so you don't want him doing anything too manual, so we gave him the hoover, like, go on, Grandad, do something useful, get out of the way. And he's hoovering around, like you do, and all was fine, until he moved the bed. And there was an empty condom packet on the floor. I'd seen it, Grandad had seen it, but nobody else had seen it. Quick as a flash, Grandad goes, and stands on it, and then continues to hoover. On a pivot. I don't know what to do. I race across, I go down, not like that. He takes his foot off of it, I put it in the back pocket, and I just think, oh, I've got away with it. I turn around, and he's just stood there going, getting approval for your sex life from your 80-year-old granddad is never cool. But old people, and I'll leave you with this, they always say things that they shouldn't say. And I'm sorry if you're offended by this, but this is what my grandma said to me the other day. She said, oh, all these bloody Muslims, waking me up wailing and praying at all hours of the night and day. I said, Grandma, we haven't got a mosque in Mansfield. She said, no, it was whilst I was in Morocco. I'm Liam, have a great night.
Thanks, everybody! I just bought Chris Brown's latest album, Greatest Hits. Give us a chance, I just fucking made that up, right? Okay, we're going to have a little break now, so get some air and have a drink and stuff. See you in 20 minutes, guys. Give it up for all the action you've seen in this half.